What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to Jets Media. This is Richie, and we got to talk about it, man. It's the official start of the offseason #1, so welcome on in, everybody, to the offseason of the New York Jets. I mean, it feels like we've been in the offseason already for months and stuff, weeks, but no, now it is official, right? Because the Super Bowl is done. The Philadelphia Eagles have been crowned as the Super Bowl champions. And now we found out yesterday that the New York Jets are deciding to move on from Aaron Rodgers. That was going to be the next domino to fall, and it has fell. Now, it's not official yet, but it seems like it's all moving towards that direction. Welcome on in, everybody, to Jets Media. We're going to break it all down and talk about, is this the right move by Aaron Glenn or not? So I think it's going to be an intriguing conversation that Jets fans will have for a long time. I feel like, coming from somebody that loves Aaron Rodgers, it's definitely a tough pill to swallow, but I understand it at the same time. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this show here on Jets Media. Big time shout out to them. Let's get into business, man. I feel like there's a lot of mixed emotions around the Jets community about this news, right? We have some people that are absolutely livid. Some people are absolutely ecstatic. So I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts right now and where you stand and where you're feeling. So hit the like button on your way into the show if you did not already. Subscribe here to Jets Media, as we're going to be talking about the latest news about Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Glenn making this decision, man. So let's get straight into business and talk about it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Dose of Dion in the chat. Travis the Future. Travis! Come on, Jordan Travis. My guy, Jordan. You're the guy. You're the Messiah. I'm kidding, guys. I posted that as a joke, and now everyone's running with it. But I still believe in Jordan Travis, not as our franchise quarterback, but I don't know. You never know. Also, quick little news update. I did add brand new emojis to the members, by the way. I promised you guys I would do it yesterday. We got an Aaron Glenn. We got an evil Darren Muji emoji, which I kind of like a lot. Him with his hands like this. The eyes are all red. We got all the Jets in brand new uniforms, right? So definitely go check out the Jets Media membership. Let's do it. So I think the New York Jets decision to move on from Aaron Rodgers is monumental for this franchise, and we don't know if it's going to be a good or bad thing. And what a lot of people are thinking to themselves right now is, oh, here we go, another losing season on the horizon. And the most unfortunate part about this whole situation is, of course, there's drama connected to it, because there's some Jets players that were vocal about wanting to keep Aaron Rodgers, and some of those players went out there and completely, how do you say it, was upset. I mean, Aaron Glenn is not going to take this. He's not going to take this. I can promise you that. And what I'm referring to is Quinnen Williams went out there and tweeted a thumbs down emoji. He tweeted, "Here goes another rebuilding year," with the eye rolls emoji. And now he deleted his X account, Quinnen Williams. So that's not a good look for your leader, your defense. And the Jets have been doing these types of things for a little bit, but I'm very curious to see how Aaron Glenn deals with the social media drama. Because if there's one thing I've learned about the Jets, is that there's too much. There's too much social media drama that just is unnecessary. Too many players on this team goes on social media to voice their opinion when you feel like they don't need to be doing that right now. Was that a time to say that? If you feel that type of way, cool, feel it, but don't tweet it out there to the world, Q. I love you, Big Q, but come on, bro. Not a good look. Not a good look. So I feel like him being vocal about that is not a good look for the Jets. And now the next question everyone's thinking to themselves, what's the answer at quarterback? Who is it going to be? Nobody knows. Nobody really knows. And I feel like that's something us Jets fans are going to have to come together and talk about. So do me a favor, folks. Hit the like button. We're going to get into business. Open this up to some callers as well, because I want to hear from you guys and talk this out, because this is a situation where we're going to look back on this Aaron Rodgers time as a Jet and think of it as an ultimate failure, man. And that's the sad part about it. That's the sad part about it, man. I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to be able to come here and lift this Jets team to new heights, but not the case. Not the case. Super Bowl LX odds are live now that the Super Bowl LIX is all wrapped up. The Chiefs and the Eagles are the betting favorites, of course, because they're the reigning champions to come out of their respective conferences. You got the Bills and the Ravens at plus 700. Way too early Super Bowl predictions. Who do you guys got next year in the Super Bowl? The Jets are not likely at all at plus 8,000, which is not surprising. If you guys want to check out BetUS, use that code YouTube150 when you sign up today for BetUS using the code YouTube150. Much love to BetUS as always. All right. Dosa Dion says, I know Richie's hype. Dart is coming home. Hey, bro, if there was a guy that I have been talking about for months, it's my guy Jackson Dart. And Joseph Dion and myself was there in person at the Senior Bowl to witness the greatness of Jackson Dart live in person. And I think the Jets are going to be drafting a quarterback in the first round. Will it be Jackson Dart at 7? I got no idea. But do not rule out the opportunity of the Jets to be aggressive for this team to draft a quarterback in the first round. Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. All right? We shall see. Lions versus Bills next year, huh? That's what the Super Bowl is supposed to be this year. Not the case. Dart is Zach Truther's target. I'm not a Zach Truther. I want Jackson Dart. The upside is Aaron Rodgers is on his way out. The Jets can find a diamond in the rough as a QB. It can happen as a Packers fan. We know it can be done. Jets fans have faith and believe. The thing that I'm noticing about this situation with the Jets is that it feels like what Aaron Glenn is doing is similar to what Bill Parcells did. Just like coming here and making it his team. And I feel like that's going to be felt throughout the entire organization, bro. He is going to put his stamp on this team and just wipe out what has been going wrong. And we have no idea if it's going to work. There's no guarantee that it's going to work, but I can guarantee you it's going to happen in terms of wiping out. And Quinnen Williams doing this, I guarantee you Aaron Glenn is on the phone with Q and his agent right now, telling him he can't do that stuff under me. Otherwise, you're going to get blah, blah, blah. So, very interesting to see what the case is going to be here regarding Aaron Glenn and the quarterback position and all the players speaking up. Garrett Wilson, he posted on Instagram. And I hate going on social media and trying to read through the grapevines of things, of stuff like that. I want to know all that stuff. So, you guys let me know in the chat, and I'll make a poll right now. Are you happy about the moves or not? Do you agree or disagree? Are you happy with the Aaron Rodgers decision? Vote in the poll, folks. Hit that like button. Let's get into some callers and hear from Jets fans. First up, we got Joe the Jet. What's going on, bro?
Hey, Richie. Very interesting, honestly. Interesting decision yesterday that the Jets made. But just honestly, I want to get your take. You really love Jackson Dart?
Yeah, I'm a big Jackson Dart fan for sure. You can say that.
Do you really think, honestly, that the Jets, because Darren Muji, I can't pronounce his name. People call him Mooj, right?
Yeah, Mooj.
I'm just going to call him Mooj. So Mooj was there during the whole Denver Broncos debacle with Russell Wilson, and they ditched him. They cut him. They had a whole, they had a big cap hit. I remember that. And then they just pivoted and drafted Bo Nix, which was viewed as a reach at the time. So what would your opinion be if that was the plan going into this draft? Because honestly, I'm not 100% for that, because it's not a guarantee that a Jackson Dart is going to hit the same way as a Bo Nix.
Yeah, you're 100% on to something there, Joe, first of all, and that could be a philosophy. The Denver Broncos ate a lot of dead money to get rid of Russell Wilson. They took a chance on Bo Nix. something that the Broncos have that the Jets don't have is Sean Payton, right? We have a first-year play caller on offense. Sean Payton is historically a very good offensive mind, so a lot of things are different, and it could be the case. I don't know if they're going to, hand the keys to a rookie quarterback right away. I think they'll probably go with a veteran, but it definitely seems like with Darren Muji's experience in Denver, drafting a quarterback like Bo Nix, seeing his success, I'm sure that the Jets are going to try to emulate that in their own way to try to get their quarterback in the first round. Whether it's Jackson Dart, there's rumors that they can trade up. Maybe they love Cam Ward or Sanders or other of these quarterbacks. We don't know. A lot of time leading up into the draft before we really figure that all out.
I mean, if they trade up to the first overall pick, because I heard the Titans are sort of considering moving off the first overall pick because they like Will Levis a little bit, which is kind of crazy. But still, if we can get the first overall pick, I am perfectly fine with Cam Ward because now you have an actual plan. With Jackson Dart, that feels like a little bit of a desperation move at 7. If it was in round 2, I would be kind of all for it if we get Jackson Dart at round 2. But honestly, I'm not 100% sure of taking Jackson Dart at 7.
Yeah, it's a big risk. And Joe, I appreciate the call, my man. Appreciate the support on the channel. Have a great rest of your day, brother.
See you, Reggie.
See you later, my man. And yeah, it's a risk. I mean, if the Jets draft Jackson Dart, you can argue it's an overdraft, right? Bo Nix was considered an overdraft. No one really saw him becoming a guy that deserves to be in the first round. And I feel like we have to let the draft process unfold before we can really analyze this thing. Bo Nix looked really good at the Senior Bowl, I believe. So did Jackson Dart. And then the Combine's going to come. What's Jackson Dart going to look like at the Combine? What is going to look like in the pro days? What is going to look like behind closed doors in the interview process? So there's a lot left of the evaluation process. And right now, he's not projected to be high, but there's a chance he skyrockets up boards. And the quarterback position is so valuable to the point where some teams that are desperate for a quarterback will reach. And will the Jets be one of those teams? We're sitting at pick number 7, and we don't know if the Jets are going to be going after Dart with that pick or trading up. You never know, man. You never know. Maybe there's a quarterback that nobody's even talking about, right? That's in this draft that some people like. Maybe they like Jordan Travis a lot. Maybe they like Tyrod Taylor. Or maybe they have their eyes set on a veteran quarterback and go the Jared Goff route. I mean, there's no Jared Goff available, but the Lions traded for they traded away Stafford, brought in Jared Goff, and all of a sudden Jared Goff has an MVP caliber season, and he's their franchise quarterback. I'm not saying we need a exact version of Jared Goff here, but the Jets could be looking for a trade, a veteran. I don't know. You got to keep an open mind. There's some quarterbacks out there right now that the Jets could probably look after. Justin Fields is a free agent. Sam Darnold is a free agent. There's a lot of interesting parts that we have to keep in mind. We got to keep in mind, right? So we shall see about all of that. Folks, hit the like button. We're live here on Jets Media. It's officially the offseason. Today marks the official day of NFL offseason. Again, it feels like us Jets fans have been in offseason mode for quite some time now, but today is the day. It is now officially the offseason for the rest of the league. All right? The Jets have their coaching staff in place. They have their front office in place. And now we have a long wait up until free agency, up until the NFL draft, before we figure out exactly who the Jets' starting quarterback is going to be. And another domino that we have to wait to fall doesn't really have anything to do with the Jets, but if the Jets are officially moving on from Aaron Rodgers, what's Aaron doing? Is he retiring? Is he going to another team? Watch him go to Pittsburgh and win a Super Bowl. Just kidding. You never know, right? Hennessy with a $2 super chat. I don't care. I want our boy Dart. Happy offseason. My boy Hennessy's in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. First super chat of the show. Much love to Hennessy. Heisman. Everybody give Hennessy Heisman some dono hype in the chat right now. Appreciate your love. Seems like he's all in on the Jackson Dart train. I know you were a little hesitant at first, Henny, when I brought it up, but you've came around, baby. Hennessy has came around. Let's go. You never know if the Dart is going to be the Dart attack. Do it. All right, let's get into some more callers, folks. The link is at the top of the chat. Don't forget to like the show as always and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you guys. And welcome to the Jets offseason, the official start of our season, right? Indy Jets is up. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Richie, Rich. How you doing, buddy?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. Hey, I want you to think Zach Wilson, okay? Go back into the Zach Wilson era because we all love that, right? And I want you to
Yeah,
think, okay,
that's great.
we're going into a season with high expectations. And then at the end of the season, we end up with a sub 500 horrible season, lead the league in drops. Um, 20 Zach Wilson's 27th in yards per attempt and 28th in catchable balls. Okay, what are your thoughts on Zach Wilson? You say, hey, you know what? We've had enough. He's just not the guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't the guy. And
Right.
I think,
Those are Aaron Rodgers numbers last year, just so you know. He was 28th in catchable ball, and we led the league in dropped balls. Why? Because Aaron Rodgers didn't throw the ball very well this year.
yeah,
Those were Aaron Rodgers numbers. I mean, Jalen Hurts won the MVP last night because they won the game, but the MVP was probably the D line.
yeah.
Okay. So the quarterback gets the credit for the win, but they better get the blame for the loss. And I don't care about, I don't care about the 28 touchdowns because everybody says Rodgers played so much better in the second half of the season. Well, let's take those 8 games and say out of those 8 games, 5 of those games, we didn't score a touchdown in the second half. You're talking about a veteran quarterback that couldn't generate a touchdown in 5 of the 8 games of the last of the season. Is that the quarterback we want as a bridge?
Yeah, I mean, we all know Rodgers did not play his best brand of football last year. That's for sure.
But to think Rodgers has only won 13 games in 3 years. Think about that. He's only won 13 games in 3 years.
Yeah, I know. It's just a matter of the Jets fans are going to have to just embrace the idea of a recalibration season. And some fans want some type of competitiveness immediately, and that's not what's going to happen now without Aaron Rodgers. And all the numbers back up what you're saying, and it's just an interesting decision. Aaron Rodgers did not have a good season last year.
But we weren't competitive with Rodgers.
Yeah.
We were actually more competitive, and I hate to say this, but we were more competitive. The players played harder with Zach Wilson, and that just pains me to even say.
Yeah. Do you think coaching has a lot to say to this?
But was it not the same coaches?
Well, Saul was fired.
Okay, but was it the same coaches? I mean,
yeah, for the most part.
In essence, so he gained. We lost Saul at week 5, but he gained a Devontae Adams. Okay.
Yeah.
So he had more weapons, and we lost one head coach. But other than that, the rest of the coaches were the same. He gained a weapon, and yet Rodgers couldn't do better. I mean, look how many.
So what's your perfect scenario for the quarterback next year? Do you have one in mind yet, or no?
No, I don't, because I'm not the GM. They don't pay me that much money to
come
on.
We want you as the GM in the Jets.
Well, I guarantee you, when they had that conversation with Rodgers, they've probably got 5 or 6 contingency plans that they're working on already. That's their job, and you've got Aaron Glenn, who's got a 5-year contract. Do you want to waste a year and have another 5, 6, 7 win season with Rodgers and then start next year? Now you've only got 4 years on your contract or do you just peel the Band-Aid off and say, you know what, we're starting this. We've got 5 years to do this. We're just going to do it now. We're just going to start now, and we're going to build what we want now. The whole front office is all new. So why are we trying to bring in anything old that proved that it didn't work? It proved that it didn't work. So let's just build. Even if 2025, I'm not saying 2025 is going to be a crash season or a playoff season. I don't know. I know they have a plan, and they're going to work on it. I guarantee you, nobody pictured Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos being in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, man. And it's I hear you. And Indy Jets, I appreciate the call, appreciate the passion, and I hope you're having a great day, brother. Let's enjoy the offseason together, all right?
Yeah, appreciate you, Brad.
Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are happy with this Aaron Rodgers decision. And that's something that we have to realize. Is this the best thing that you can do? Peel the Band-Aid off, start fresh. That's the mindset. Peel the Band-Aid off, start fresh. Be able to open up the books for the future. be able to recalibrate for this season. And the only thing that I'm worried about personally as a Jets fan with this whole situation is the players on this team that wanted Aaron, and now they have to fathom the idea of a rebuild. You know what I mean? That's the thing that I feel like is going to be tough for some of these football players on this team to accept a season of rebuilding when there's no quarterback in place. You know, the guys that we all grown to love, the Garrett Wilsons, the Sauce Gardners, the Breece Halls, the Jermaine Johnsons, Quinnen Williams, the stars of this team, and I put stars like this because obviously they haven't really played like stars to elevate to wins yet, but are those guys happy right now? Are we going to have to trade all those guys and bring in all new guys, right? There's going to be a lot of change happening, and I hope Jets fans are prepared for that. This has nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers anymore. Throw Aaron Rodgers out, and now talk about the Jets players. There's going to be a lot of turn, and I hope that our guys stay loyal, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know. I really don't. You look at this Jets team, I know we're all excited about the new addition and new change, but we also have to take ourselves out and realize we are the New York Jets who have been incompetent and dysfunctional for years, and we have players on this team that's been here and lived through this for years, and I guarantee you there's some players under contract here for this team that are sick of this team and want out. I don't know who, but that's the case, and that's the reality that us Jets fans need to swallow. That's the reality of it. I hate to say it, but it's true. It is true. Walter with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Walter. You don't have anything to say, but here's another thing you said. Tyrod Taylor could be a gap quarterback for the time being. Walter, thank you for the $5 donation, my friend. Everybody give Walter some dono hype in the chat. Much love to you, Walter. I really do appreciate that. I like Tyrod Taylor as a gap quarterback. I really do. I think he's a guy that is a veteran. He's well-liked in this building. He's somebody that you can be, competitive with. We're not going to win a lot of games. We're not going to win 10 games with Tyrod Taylor. He may not even stay healthy for a full season. Most likely he's not, knowing his injury history. But I think he's a solid vet. And if you can draft a guy and have him sit behind Tyrod, and if Tyrod goes down, the rookie comes in, you never know. And I also want to remind people, Dan Campbell won 3 games in his first year as the Detroit Lions head coach, and then they started 1-6 in year 2. I don't want that to be the mindset of that's the only way you can figure it out, but that's what it took to fix the Lions. The Lions were dysfunctional like the Jets for decades and decades, forever. And then it took a shift of culture, it took a shift of mindset, it took a draft class of developing, and it took a year of incompetence and then a first half of a season of bad play just for them to finally figure themselves out. So I'm sorry to tell you this, Jets fans, but it's going to get ugly before it gets pretty. And that has to happen. Hey, maybe Aaron Glenn hits on a quarterback and we're in the playoffs this year. I don't know, but I'm not going to predict that. I'm not that delusional. I know the reality of this team, and it's time for us Jets fans to accept that reality. Hop on the ship or hop off. If you're sick of this mess and you're sick of the cycle approach, then I don't know what to tell you. This is what it means to be a Jets fan. If you feel like you're sick and tired of it over and over again, I don't blame you. It's definitely tiring. It's not easy. But you hop on the Aaron Glenn train until he gives us a reason not to believe in him. That's how I look at it. Trade up to take Cam Ward. Woo, that would fire this team up. You talk about a splash? That's the way to splash. Trade up for Cam Ward. Now, what would it require to trade up for that man? A lot of draft picks. Maybe some players. I don't know. I guarantee you that they're going to be talking about that possibility if they love Cam Ward as a prospect. The Jets are at pick 7. Trading up from 7 to number 1 would be a lot. Maybe Cam Ward falls to 2. They trade up with the Browns. That would be still a lot. Maybe he falls to 3, trade up to 3, still a lot. So, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think that's way more of a pipe dream than anything, for sure. Definitely a pipe dream. Moose with another super chat. This one for $5. Thank you, Moose. Honestly, I don't want any players that don't want to be here to stay. Trade them, bring in players that want to change the culture. Yeah, that's what's going to happen, man. Like some of these guys that we all grown to love, like that Quinnen Williams situation is very interesting because that's the first time we're seeing some player publicly bash a decision made by Aaron Glenn. And how do you think Aaron Glenn's going to respond? I mean, is he going to be like, all right, Quinnen, do you want to be here or not? You want to be part of this or not? I mean, this can get ugly. And that may need to happen. The guys that we feel like are household names may need to be gone because let's be honest, the household names that's been here, has it ever translated to wins? No. Has Quinnen Williams ever won with the Jets? He has not. Has any player on this team won with the Jets? No. I love Quinnen. I respect Quinnen. I want him to be a Jet forever if I was the decision maker, but you got to be all in. You got to want to be a Jet. You got to want to embrace this team. So who knows? I don't think Quinnen's going anywhere, but that was definitely an interesting thing that we just saw yesterday. Glenn did say he was going to look over the whole roster. Anyone that's not bought in will be gone. We got a coach that isn't afraid to make moves. Exactly. This is the Bill Parcells type of effect. Now, Aaron Glenn is not Bill Parcells. He's a different entity, but you can tell he brings that same charisma. He brings that, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your name is. If you're not bought into this, you're out. Like, that's what I feel like this mindset is. I really, really do, which is very intriguing to me. Guys, this Jets team has been bad for a long time. It's gonna get ugly before it gets pretty, and I'm sorry to remind you guys. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. I really think, and when I say it's gonna get ugly before it gets pretty, I'm referring to this offseason. I'm not even talking about this upcoming season next year. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about this offseason. This offseason is gonna get messy. It's gonna be filled with drama. It's gonna be filled with players that we all love requesting trades, probably. That's what I'm prepared for, at least. I'm not saying I want this to happen, but I'm preparing myself for this so when it potentially happens, I'm not, shocked. That's the reality. And if you don't want to accept the reality, you're just being ignorant. I'm just trying to keep it as real as I can. I mean, I don't want to be on here and be like, oh, it's all good, guys. We're going to extend everybody. And everyone's going to want to be a Jet. And Aaron Glenn's going to find a franchise quarterback right away to replace Aaron Rodgers. And we're going to win the AFC East in the first year with Aaron Glenn. I can't do that. I'm not that guy. I'm keeping it real with some sliver of optimism to believe in something that's realistic. I think this season is going to be all about buying into the culture and buying into the recalibration. We as Jets fans need to sit back and look at this Jets organization and realize they need a season of and I'm looking at this year of not a rebuild, but a recalibration. That's what I'm looking at. I think this is a recalibration year, not a rebuild, recalibrate. And the difference in my eyes with that word is there is talent. There's pieces on this team that I still like. There's pieces on this roster I'm a fan of. When Saleh took over and Douglas took over, there was not any talent on this team to be excited about. Douglas traded any good talent that we had, which was good, by the way, for him to do. Traded Jamal Adams for 2 first-round picks. Traded Leonard Williams. Traded all these guys. So, traded Sam Darnold. Obviously, Joe Douglas is out of his job. Not saying take that approach again, but when a new regime comes in, new front office, new brain powers, nobody is safe on this roster. Nobody. Just like Aaron Rodgers is not safe and he looks like he's going to get cut, you can only imagine what that means for other players across his team at every single position group. So, we'll see. Did the Jets officially comment on letting him go? No, they did not. They declined to comment. They declined to comment. So, take that as you will. Moose with another super chat. My man Moose is killing it. Wow. Thank you so much. You get a JETS Jets chant. Come on, we need some more love. Moose City, $10 super chat. Big time shout out to you. Everybody give my man Moose City some dono hype in the chat. You can like his super chat and comment to give him some hype. I think we need to keep our core of G5, Sauce, Brees, and JJ. I think they are all hyped up about Glenn. Sauce already apparently went into the facility and had a good convo with him. I'm very happy you said that because I completely forgot about this, Moose City. And I want to bring this up. I completely forgot. And I tweeted this out. If you guys missed it, Sauce Gardner was at the Madden Bowl in New Orleans, some type of Madden event. And he mentioned that he went to the facility to talk with Aaron Glenn. And that fired me up. And that makes me wonder what other players did the same thing. Moose City, thanks for the super chat and reminding me. Here's Sauce Gardner.
Now I'm super excited. A lot of people don't know. I went into the facility like 3-4 days ago. I got to meet all the coaches. Coach Harris, Coach Blah, who's gonna be the corner coach. AG, Steve Wilkes, bro. I'm so excited. I'm ready to get out there on the field now, man. I spent the most time with Coach Wilkes. We talk defense and his scheme, and I really love it. And I think the rest of the guys gonna love it as well. AG, just his leadership. His master plan. I feel like he's putting us in the right place because there ain't no such thing as a superhero. He's not just gonna change it all himself. We got to do our part. So, I feel like he's putting us in the right position to do that. So.
I like what he said. He's not a superhero. He has got to put us in a situation where he understands, the players got to play better, number one. The coaches can only do so much. But, yeah, it was cool to hear that Sauce went out there to the facility, met Aaron Glenn, talked to Steve Wilkes about the new scheme. That fires me up. And, man, oh, man, I hope Jets fans are not turning on Sauce. Come on, bro. He's been in the league for 3 seasons. One bad year, and now we can't call him Sauce, and he doesn't deserve to be called Sauce. Call him the mod. Come on, bro. Man. Let's relax. I think Sauce Gardner is going to prove the league that he's still one of the top corners. Is he coming off a down year? Yeah, he played not up to his standards. I'm not saying he didn't. But I believe in him. I still believe in Sauce. I don't think year 1 and year 2 is some fluke. That's how I look at it, at least. Neither should you. So the fact that Sauce went to the facility and nobody knew about it, that makes me wonder, what other players went to the facility to meet Aaron Glenn? What other players went up to meet Steve Wilkes and the new coaching staff? It could be a lot of players that we just don't know about. Folks, do me a favor. Just like to remind you guys to like the show on your way in. If you didn't already, would really appreciate that big time. A like button does go a long way for this video. It propels the Jets Media Show out to the algorithm of YouTube. We're at 58 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. We have 142 people voting in the poll. 64% says, yes, you're happy with the decision. So the majority of Jets fans is happy about this move. Don't forget to like this show right now, folks. Like the show right now. Let's do it. And people are thinking that this was a good thing for Garrett Wilson. I don't know yet. I got to wait. I think, the rumors around Garrett Wilson was, he didn't like Aaron Rodgers. That was the rumor. So maybe this is a good thing for Aaron Rodgers. Maybe it's not. Garrett Wilson, rather. Let's go. Hey, Richie, now that the NFL season is over, what sports are you going to watch now? I watch basketball. I'm a big Knicks fan. I watch every Knicks game. Excuse me. Baseball season is starting. Going to be tuning into my Mets, of course. But hey, it's draft mode. It's draft season. It's off season, baby. Let's do it. All right, let's get into some more callers. JT's up next. What's up, JT?
How's it going, man?
How's it going, my brother?
Dude, congrats on getting out to the Super Bowl and everything, man. That looked like a hell of an experience, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. We're dropping a vlog, actually, on the channel soon, so you get a good taste of what it was like from our perspective. But I appreciate it.
Oh, dude, I'm excited because I know you talked about all the content you couldn't share at the moment. So I'm excited to see when all that starts leaking out if it can. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. That's excited for you, man. You guys are doing big things around Table Sports, and I love to see it.
Yeah, well, you've been a loyal supporter of it from the beginning. I really do appreciate you, bro. It's been a whirlwind experience. It's been one of those moments where you're just pinching yourself, is this actually happening? Am I here right now? But you just got to stay humble and just soak it all in as much as you can.
Yeah, man, the hard work's paying off, and you're one of the YouTubers I'm most closely plugged into. So Oh yeah, love to support you guys.
Appreciate that, bro.
On the topic at hand here, I think that it's the best move for the Jets to get rid of Rodgers. I know he was willing to take a pay cut, but like, do we know what that means for like his cap ramifications moving forward? Like, would the pay cut just be this year, and then he's still on the hook for like a shitload
Yeah,
of
we
money
don't know what the
beyond
pay
that?
cut would have been. That's a hypothetical pay cut.
Right. That's what I think people are overreacting with this news. I think it is the right move. Watching Rodgers last year, the eye test told me a different story than the box score. I feel like a
Yeah,
lot of
for sure.
touchdowns were in garbage time. A lot of touchdowns were just when he was only going for Devontae Adams with his little tunnel vision he had for Adams. He was missing Garrett left and right when he was wide open. My eye test told me a lot different than the box score told me about Aaron Rodgers last year. People are tripping on the 28 touchdowns to 11 picks. I get it. Those numbers are fantastic. But if you watched, man, it just wasn't it for me. Even like they say he got better towards the end of the year. That Buffalo game was towards the end of the year, and he looked like shit.
Yeah.
Personally, that's just where I'm at. I think it's a great move for the Jets. I agree with this move wholeheartedly. While we didn't want the Rodgers experiment to end so quickly, I feel like it was time for it to end, personally.
Yeah, man. It's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow, but you're right. I agree. JT, I appreciate the call. Good luck at work the rest of the way, of course. You're at work right now, grinding?
Yeah, we'll try.
Well, good
It's
luck,
a Monday,
man. I
man.
appreciate you.
Yeah, right, man. Thank you.
Much love to you, JT. Much love to you. Listen, I mean, you look at what Aaron Rodgers did last year. It wasn't good. Let's just keep it a buck. You look at the numbers, it's like, well, he had 28 touchdowns, 11 picks. Maybe he can be better with better coaching. I get all that, but there's a lot of stuff where you're just looking at last year, and it's just like so beyond frustrating that it even ended up that way in the first place. It really, really is frustrating. Moose City, yet another super chat. Moose, you are too kind today. Trade Adams to Titans with 3 first-round picks. That's another thing we have to talk about. Is Devontae Adams is out. What's that going to look like? Are we going to get anything in return? So Moose is saying trade Devontae Adams and 3 first-round picks for the first overall pick for Cam Ward. If the Jets traded for the first overall pick, oh my God, the splash that would be going through. Wow. Wow. Moose, appreciate the super chat. That's not happening, by the way. We're not trading Devontae Adams and 3 firsts. I don't think that's going to happen. But you never know. You never know. And you look at last year, Aaron Rodgers did not provide anything positive to the Jets winning football games. I'm like the biggest Aaron Rodgers fan out there. I was a fan of Aaron before he was a Jet. I loved Aaron in Green Bay. And you guys know me. I've been defending Aaron Rodgers from the jump. But I always kept an open mind with this. I did not attach myself to the idea like we need to keep Aaron. I knew there was a very good chance that Aaron Glenn was going to move on from Aaron Rodgers. And here we are. And I don't think he was wrong for doing it until proven otherwise. Because, let's be real. Are the Jets winning the division next year with Aaron Rodgers? Are we making the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers? You never know. But let's be real. Let's get a head start on this rebuild, bro. That's the mindset. If it's right or wrong, I don't know. We'll see. We got the evil-eyed Darren emoji in the chat right now with Aaron Glenn. The emojis are new and dynamic. Let's go. Oh, man. Jets fans, this is where it all begins. This is where the fun begins, right? All right, let's get back into the callers. Dan's up next. What's up, Dan?
Hey, what's up, Richie? How are you?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Do you think there's a possibility that we get Sam Darnold back?
Great question. You can't rule it out. He's a free agent. He's a veteran. I just don't know if Sam himself would want to come back to this team after knowing how it all went down. I also don't know if the owner of Woody Johnson would want that to happen. I don't know the evaluation. It's weird because it is a possibility here. I'm not going to rule it out, Dan, but if I was a betting man, I'm going to say it's not going to happen. Do you want him, Dan? Is that why you ask?
Yeah, I do want him. I think he would be a good veteran quarterback to help whoever we draft, whatever that looks like.
So you want Sam in here and draft the quarterback?
Yeah, whoever. Yeah, hopefully, if we don't draft to one at least, hopefully we get like what do you think about Shador Sanders?
Yeah, I actually saw some mock draft that had Sanders drop to the Jets at 7. And I was like, well, that is interesting. That would be very crazy if that happened. You got to keep an open mind to every possibility, Dan. That's what it's about. I'm not really obsessive over one specific scenario. Sanders would be wild. Trading up for Cam Ward, trading down for a quarterback, or trading back into the first round. It's going to be interesting, but I just don't think Sam Darnold is a realistic option for the Jets. I don't think he's going to want to come back. I don't know if the Jets are going to want to go back down that road, but you never know. So that's really what my thoughts of that.
What was your favorite part of New Orleans when you went for the Super Bowl?
Great question. My favorite part about New Orleans for the Super Bowl week was being at Radio Row. Was definitely an unreal experience. Getting to see the Pat McAfee show live with my own eyes, seeing Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco do their show, Kay Adams on FanDuel Network. That was awesome. Also, the media party was cool because you got a cool essence of the New Orleans culture there. There was so much that happened, man. Going to the hotels. I was at the Chiefs Hotel, the Eagles Hotel, interviewing all of them. There's so much that happened, Dan. Opening night at the Caesars Superdome. Oh, boy. There's so much to pick a favorite, to be honest, Dan.
Is the AFC East Roundtable live today?
Yes, that is the plan. We're going to bring it back, hopefully, for the Monday, Wednesdays. So I'll see you there tonight.
What team do you think Adams will go to if we were to trade him? And who would
that
you
I
want
don't
in
know.
return for him?
Yeah, that's a good question. And Dan, I appreciate the call, brother. Much love to you, all right?
All right, let's go Jets.
Yeah, let's go Jets, Dan. Great call from Dan. Awesome questions he had prepared, man. He was ready to go. Shout out to Dan. I don't know where Davante Adams is going to go. I heard the Rams is somewhere. I think he wants to go back to the West Coast. If there was something that he would prefer in terms of an opportunity for him, you can also cut Davante Adams, but preferably you want to trade him so you get something back in return. So we'll see. But Dan, appreciate the call, man. Really appreciate the support as always. Folks, the goal is 100 likes, man. Let's see if we can get it. We're at 69 or 8 likes right now. Hit that like button, please. I also want to ask you guys, could the Jets take anything away from the Super Bowl yesterday? Like the Philadelphia Eagles in particular? Can we learn from that team? Because they are deep. That team paid Bryce Huff, and they didn't even have him active. Healthy scratch. And they won the game on the defensive line. If you want to see a team that built it the right way, it's Philadelphia. Vic Fangio. What a job by Vic Fangio, bro. They didn't blitz. That was Robert Saleh's philosophy all along. Robert Saleh's philosophy was rush 4, drop back 7 in coverage, and win at the line of scrimmage with 4. It worked for a little bit for the Jets, and now you saw it actually can work. But the Jets are going a different scheme now. We're going to have a very different approach defensively, all blitzing. We're going to be the top 5 in blitzing in the league. And I got to be honest with you guys. Being a blitz-heavy team scares me because I feel like blitzes is it's a risky thing. Connor Long asks a question. What do you think about Zach Wilson as a practice player? And then Hennessy Heisman deleted it. Is that actually Connor? I think that's not even Connor. I don't know what just happened, but my boy Hennessy saw Zach Wilson's name and he's like, "Get that off." So that's not him. Okay, that's what I thought. It looked like someone that's not him. That I won't even answer that. How about that? I won't even answer that. Fangio called a masterclass of a game. He did, bro. He really, really, really did. Congratulations, UTD Dan and Colby, on going to New Orleans for the Super Bowl, and thank you for answering my questions. Dan, much love to you, and thank you for congratulating me. I really do appreciate that. We got the credentials on the wall. Where is it? Oh, you can't see it. Where is it at? Let me raise the mic. Raise it up. There it is. There are the credentials. We did it. Hey, bro, I'm going to put my New Orleans beads on. Nah, forget it. I'll do that at a different show. Appreciate you guys. What about Kyler Murray? I don't know about that one. I see a trade. Cup to San Francisco. Davante Adams and Rodgers back to the Vegas Raiders. Debo to the Giants. Oh, it's off-season mode, baby. It's off-season mode. Blitzing is malpractice, trying to lose. Will Jets forever get used to blitzing because Steve Wilkes is one of the most high blitzing defensive brains in the league. So get used to blitzing, brother. That's what I'll say. 74 likes. Let's hit the like button, folks. I need Jackson Dart in my life. Deep ball galore. Garrett Bombs. Hey, bro. Jackson Dart. I saw him at the Senior Bowl. Asked him a few questions. We'll see if he's him. We'll see if he's the guy. Hit that like button, folks. Let's get into some more callers. We got V-Man. Where are you, brother? I can't hear you. Are you at a doctor? I can't hear you, V-Man. Your mic is off. Your mic is not connected. I can bring you back in, though. You at the DMV? Where are you, brother? All right, V-Man, get that mic situated. I'll bring you back in. Up next, we got Charles Gorman. Charles!
Hey, Ricky, what's up, my man?
Your mic
First
is
off,
working.
congratulations on covering the Senior Bowl and the Super Bowl. Congratulations.
Charles, thank you, my brother. That means a lot to me, man.
You're welcome, my man. Listen, I think the Dolphins should kick themselves in the ass for firing an all-time great defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio. Last year, he gave them a great defense, and he goes to Philadelphia, gives them the best defensive football in the Super Bowl championship. Personally, I think Jalen Hurts deserves the Super Bowl MVP, and I'm not just saying that because he's the quarterback. I think if you look at it, the last time he played in the Super Bowl, he put up a great performance. Granted, he lost, but he still played great in Super Bowl 57. And this year, he played great, too. I mean, he rushed for 72 yards, scored a touchdown on the typical tush push, and he threw two beautiful touchdowns, especially a 46-yard bomb to Devontae Smith, who's one of my favorite receivers in this league, along with his teammate A.J. Brown. And the defense balled out. I mean, Cooper DeJean's recorded his first ever interception and defensive touchdown. I mean, they were just – the last time Patrick Mahomes got his ass kicked in the Super Bowl was when he went against Brady and the Bucs.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, that defensive game plan was just ferocious. They were relentless on the line of scrimmage, bro.
And Saquon didn't really have to do a whole lot. I mean, I know he didn't have a great game statistically, but he made some nice catches. I mean, you see that 20-plus yard catch he made where he juggled and caught it?
Yeah,
that was
of course.
The beauty, my brother.
The fact that Saquon was able to, make that play, even in a game where he did not have his best night, I mean, that also killed the narratives that, Saquon carried them there. The defense has something to say about it. Jalen Hurts has something to say about it. So
I've always liked Jalen Hurts. He seems like a classy guy. Seems like a humble guy and a good quarterback.
yeah,
Plus, now he's in an elite company.
I think he's very underrated.
Well, he had a great 20.
He's the most overhated quarterback, I think, in the league. For no reason.
Well, I think Josh Allen's pretty overhated too, but that's none of my business.
Now I'm super excited. A lot of people don't know.
I guess so. It's justified, Charles. Come on. We have to
Stop it. By the way,
he's not overhated. The world loves Josh Allen.
Well, as Jet fan, a lot of us Jet fans don't. A lot of us Jet fans like to shit on him.
We're not supposed to like him.
I like the guy. I mean, my dad wanted him over Sam Darnold in the draft. Speaking of Sam Darnold, we should have kept him. I don't know if I ever told you this, Richie, but I was pro keeping Sam Darnold when Robert Saleh. Oh, okay. And look, I'm happy he played great in Minnesota. I think personally, if I'm Sam Darnold, I'm staying in Minnesota because Kevin O'Connell's done such a hell of a job, and he definitely deserved coaching because of what he's done in Minnesota. I know he has yet to win a playoff game, but what he did with Sam Darnold was incredible. They need to continue building up the offensive line. Aaron Jones had a great season, but we'll see what the hell happens, man. As we're moving on here.
I know it's gonna be a long offseason, and I'm excited to be there with you, Charles. Another offseason with you, and I appreciate the call as always. Hope you're doing well, and let's go Jets, baby.
Let's go JATS, motherfuckers.
Whoa, Charles. Appreciate you, man. What an ending, huh? Charles Gorman, ladies and gentlemen. Charles Gorman. How about that? All right, V-Man, your mic better be working.
Is it working now?
Yeah, it is. We hear you.
I think what happens is I exited the window for the StreamYard, and when I come back in, I think it messes up the mic. I think that was it. But I was just at the dentist getting crowns installed.
Well, now you're out of the dentist, man.
Oh, by the way, how was Bourbon Street?
Bourbon Street was pretty crazy, dude. It was I got out of there before it got even hectic because
Yeah, no.
I think it got crazy when I left. But
Yeah,
I was
probably.
there
Yeah,
and it was a lot of fun. Went to a lot of cool
yeah, no.
restaurants.
Yeah, no. There's probably some good food down there. Yeah, no.
Sure.
I enjoyed the game. I was. What was your Super Bowl snack?
We had, wings, we had tenders, we had dips galore. I mean, it was pastas,
Yeah,
salsas. What'd you have?
I had empanadas.
Nice. Did you make them?
Yeah, no, I made them fresh.
Homemade.
Yeah, no, it was good. With the Rodgers decision, I'm neutral on it. I was either way. I wasn't gonna, I wasn't gonna throw a fit either way. I understand the decision. They wanna go in a different direction. So, and I'm fine with that. That's the direction this staff wants to go in. The staff in this front office wants to go in. I'm fine with that. Like, I think I'm honest. Like I said, I'm fine. Well, look, because be real, what are we gonna do this year? We're not gonna. You're right. We're not gonna compete for the division. Maybe we'd sneak in as a 7 seed and maybe put up at least a scrappy fight against someone. But in reality, it's not like not like where it was last year, where you're legitimately contending. We're not. We have to accept facts. So I'm okay with it.
That's my approach too, man. I'm very neutral, and you just gotta let the cookie crumble where it's gonna crumble.
Yeah,
And
no.
we'll see.
I'm glad this season's over. The game was the Chiefs just got blasted in that game. It's like it wasn't like a contest. It's like
I know it was unfortunate. You're hoping this Super Bowl will be the best game of the year, at least just from a competitive standpoint. And no, not the case.
Yeah, no, it was like
Brutal.
I'm like, well, I mean, to be fair, I was getting sick and tired of the Chiefs winning anyway.
Yeah, well, now the Eagles are back to Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
And the Philadelphia fans are all happy right now. So
Well,
see.
you mean like if they're not in jail already for all the riots they caused?
Probably already are, right? Well, V-Man, much love to you, man. Great to see you as always, and can't wait to check you out on the show all off season long. Have a good day, bro.
Yeah, peace.
Peace out, man. V-Man is the man. Thank you to V-Man and everybody in the chat. Let's go. Guys, this is our time. It's the off season. Where's the hype? This is where we become delusional. We're back. Let's go. Woo! Oh, boy. Sadness. It's kicking in. Come on, guys. Let's at least get the 100 likes. We're at 86 of them. Come on, bro. I know there's more of you guys that can do it. I know there's more of you guys that get the like button. Let's do it. Up next, we got a great friend. We got James. James, great to see you, bro. Happy offseason, man.
Rich. What's going on, man? So I'm in Philly right now. They're waste of time, but whatever. Now? That's gonna be yeah. Just doing some work. But how was the Super Bowl down there? How was New Orleans? It was good.
Yeah, it was great, dude. New Orleans was a heck of an experience. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
I learned a lot about their culture.
Yeah, it's cool there. But all right, let me just break this down quick. I like the Aaron. I don't think I spoke to you since the Aaron Glenn hiring. I like it. I'm down with it. Muji, I'm down with Moogie, however you say it. I'm cool with it. I like that. But bro, I didn't want him gone. Because if I'm reading things like Kirk Cousins, like, bro, you want to talk about cement feet not moving, like. Why wouldn't we have just kept him for a bridge? One more year. We don't know. I haven't read anything yet, so I don't know. Did he want to leave because he didn't want to learn a new system, or the front office was just done with him, right?
It sounds like, we don't know for sure, but it does sound like the Jets were the ones that
That's what I heard. Yeah. So, 28 touchdowns, 11 picks, almost 4,000 yards. If it wasn't for Greg the Peg, we would have had at least 3 more.
Peg, man.
Greg the Peg, bro. Get his ass. Please. Don't get me started, Richie. But yeah, we'll see, bro. I don't know. There's no one to really draft, in my opinion. I don't want Jackson Dart. Jordan Travis hasn't even sniffed the practice field, so that worries me a lot. You know what I mean? I'm not really sure where that's going. But It's just like they're not. I thought they were starting to read us, but they're not fucking. They're not reading the room, bro. We don't want any more of this nonsense. We're sick of it. We're tired of losing. At least we had some type of hope. The players wanted him back. They said how good of a leader he was. They said he's different. You know, it's just, it don't make sense to me. But I don't know, man. You know, I'm gonna be there because I can't help it. But
We'll be there together, man.
Of course. So I don't know. We'll see. Do you like anyone in the draft or no?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a fan of Jackson Dart. I don't know where.
Oh, you do like him?
Yeah, I do. I've been talking about him for months before all this hype was around him personally.
Yeah.
But you know, I was at the Senior Bowl, got to see him up close and personal, and that definitely made me like him a little bit more. I mean, drafting him top 10 is definitely an overdraft as of right now. It's a risk. Jackson Dart's not a perfect project. He's someone that needs to sit and learn a little bit. So that, whereas, you know, a guy like Cam Ward could kind of come in right away, I think, and thrive. So that's my only concern with Dart. He's more of a project, has some things to figure out to process the field. But there's a lot of other guys in the draft that we're going to be taking a deep dive into. So it's just a matter of seeing. Maybe the Jets go the veteran route and try to find a franchise quarterback that way. There's a lot of different avenues that the Jets are going to go. So we'll
you know,
see, bro.
Sam ain't coming here, right? There's no who. I'll rock with Tyrod, I guess, if we have to.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's Tyrod right now until proven otherwise, and then maybe there's another guy out there that no one sees coming.
What's up, brother? My bad.
So,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Richie. But I gotta run, bro. I'll talk to you soon when I got some time, bro.
All right, James. Appreciate
Later.
you, my guy. Hope you're well. James, man. James. Oh, man. Rough few days for the Jets from the perspective of just accepting the reality. It's kicked in. We're entering a new era of football for the New York Jets. This could be a blessing in disguise, Jets fans. You never know. And it seems like most Jets fans are on board. According to the poll, we'll see. We shall see. Why Mets, though? What does that mean? Why am I a Mets fan? Is that what you mean? Why are you a fan of any other team? Fun fact, the Mets were the first team I fell in love with. Then the Jets at a very young age. Come on, bro. I never understand people asking me, yo, why are you a fan? Because what happens when you're 8 years old and you are exposed to teams. We'll see. Timothy Lee says, what's crazy is everyone is stating facts, only knowing a portion of one side. This is the decision. You don't got to love it, but deal with it. Exactly. You got to deal with it. Richie, explain why you're so strongly opposed to Justin Fields. I think I'm strong. And listen, you could sell me on it. If the Jets sign Justin Fields, I'm not going to be whining and like going on this push of saying that was a bad decision. But I was not a fan of Justin Fields pre-draft. I felt like he failed in Chicago because he's not a good quarterback. Did he play well with Pittsburgh? Yeah, but any quarterback wins in Pittsburgh. What quarterback has never won in Pittsburgh? The Steelers have not had a quarterback since Big Ben, and they've been winning every year. So he didn't even do anything in Pittsburgh that made me feel good. I don't look at Justin Fields as a guy that can literally throw the football down the field effectively. I don't think he can process the field well. I don't think he can hit the intermediate throws. Like, he can throw the ball deep and run. That's it. Can he develop? Can he become like a Baker Mayfield or a Geno Smith or a Sam Darnold and have a revival of his career? Absolutely, he can. He's still a first-round talent. With the right coaching staff, I'm sure you can figure it out. I don't know. But listen, if the Jets sign Justin Fields and he balls out and all of a sudden becomes the face of the franchise, I will be the biggest Justin Fields fan you guys will ever meet. You feel me? Does anybody agree with my statements on it? Or do some people feel like, nah, dude, Justin Fields has it. He just needs another chance. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something here. All right, we got another caller, the number one grinder. What's good, man? Welcome back to the channel, brother.
Thank you. I've been missing, but I've been doing my thing. Well, I say this though. It didn't surprise me that the new regime want to have their own, and I know there are some Jet fans don't like it, but it's got to be a change though.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a change
It's
coming.
got to be a change. So the ones who oppose it, it's got to be a change. I say for me, this draft pick is a weak quarterback class and everything. I say for me, what I would like to see, that just should take the veteran route to get a quarterback, and then wait for the next year to groom and stuff like that. Because the players that we have, if we still keep them, I'm talking young players and others, if we keep them, that's what I feel. I feel keep it floating. Then when we change, we keep on. Stuff like that. But
Yeah, and that's the thing. There needs to be a change, and this change is coming. And there's not just a change at head coach, not just a change at GM, but also a change at quarterback. And maybe that's exactly what we need. So I appreciate the call, man. I hope you're doing well. And I'm excited to have you all off season long, man.
Yeah, definitely. You see me again. All right.
Absolutely.
Have a blessed one. Jet Nation, let's go.
Let's go, Jet Nation. See, you need energy. Let's go, Jets Nation. Let's go. That's what it's about. That's what it's all about. I appreciate that. Big time shout out to the number one grinder and all the people that have been supporting Jets media all season long. Thank you for another full season of Jets content. I mean, wow, it's a lot to process, but much love to everybody. We're going to wrap up the show here. Big shout out to BetUS for powering today's show as always. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, guys. We'll be live on the Huddle in 2 hours. Go check us out on BetUS TV for all your latest to cover the NFL, recapping the Super Bowl and all that fun stuff. I will see you guys on the next show here on Jets Media. Love you guys so much. Appreciate all the love in the chat. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out, everybody. Let's go, Jets.